Okay, Pisces. All right, we're going to try this again. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, Dreamweavers. I thought Mercury, post retrograde, Mercury shadow, whatever, was all over and done with because I just taped one for you, which was an ancestral. It was an ancestral message, and it was really good. And when I listened to the sound, it was not that great. So I may upload it anyway, just because the message was a pretty awesome one. But it's just annoying to listen to all the crackling and the noise in the background. So we're gonna do another one for you. I actually have this deck that I found, and it's called The Oracle of Great Mystics, and I actually like it. Here's the book that goes with it, and here's what the cards look like if you haven't seen them before. They're pretty amazing. I like the foil on the outside. They're just really nice, and I really connected really good with them. So we're gonna pull 3 oracle cards to start the reading. I may read from the book because I'm not familiar with these. I bought them last year, and but what I could see from the last, I used them once or twice just on my own. I never used them here, but we're gonna try it. We try them out again. I just did this last reading and I really connected, so I want to pull Goddess of Compassion is your first one. The Guiding Hand and Open Heart. Look at the butterfly transformation. I'm feeling oh, look at the 2 butterflies. And you know what? I saw a butterfly the other day. Goddess of Compassion. With your compassion for others, Pisces, you're bringing transformation to them. And in this compassion, look at this. There's power. Oh, another message from your ancestors. Enchanted Forest. We're going to get into that card. You got Enchanted Forest. And that one says, wonder surrounds you. Mystery is near. Find refuge in adventure. I like. If you see me looking up, it's because I'm making sure that the card and Liberated Witch. Look at you. Knowledge from beyond. Interpretation, fortune, and chance. Listen. All right, Pisces. You know what? Let me shuffle my tarot deck, and I'm going to pull one to see what the energy is for this reading. But so far it's beautiful. I feel like you're that didn't the 6 of Pentacles fell out sideways. There's something here about giving and receiving. Equal give and take. Balance. There's a lot of power in this reading, a lot of red. Everyone's wearing red. Um, See, Pisces, you have someone in your energy who was taking from your compassion, but they weren't giving back. They were not giving back to you what you deserve. Look how the butterflies are sitting in her hand. So, they trust her, right? Even though she's wearing red, so the red to me speaks of power, and the blue speaks of what? The throat chakra. I'm gonna look up one more because for some reason the chakras are coming up. Exactly. So yellow is linked to your root chakra, and your blue is related to your throat chakra. So see how she's wearing this? It's very powerful. There's power in your voice, and it's like she's whispering to the butterflies here. And it's like there's something about your voice, Pisces, that's healing. It's powerful and healing. And there's a red butterfly and there's a yellow butterfly. And that's the solar plexus chakra that's linked to feelings of personal power, confidence, and self-esteem. And I feel like even through all your compassion, like you're a very compassionate person, but you're finding your power, you're finding your voice, you're finding your confidence. You're finding your self-expression, right? Look how she's talking. And with your voice, look, you even have butterflies and transformation coming towards you. People who want to transform will come towards you. Enchanted forest, wonder surrounds you. Mystery is near. Find refuge in adventure. I feel like many of you have been um it's like your touch, I don't know, it's like your touch or your voice. There's something magical about your voice. There's something like it's enchanted, like you can mesmerize people with your voice. When they listen to you, they feel comforted. They feel mesmerized. They feel like it's healing, like it takes away all their problems. Not all, but you know what I mean. It takes them away from their problems, even in just the moment. Some may think that you are. Right here, I have you here as the liber. This is you. Knowledge from beyond, interpretation, fortune, and chance. Look at you. For my Pisces over 40 here. Look at you. Even as you're aging, you're retaining, and she's wearing red still. A lot of red here, a lot of power, right? And in the Six of Pentacles, there's a need to maintain balance, right? In all this power, because I feel a lot of power here. The goddess of compassion, with your compassion, your throat, your voice, your confidence, your the ability of people to feel enchanted when they're in your presence, right? You hold a lot of power. And so there's a need to maintain some type of balance, equal give and take. And it's not that you need to take from others, but it's that you need to make sure that your cup is full before you are giving. And in the last reading, I'm going to tell you in case I don't post it, I feel like this enchanted forest is you connecting with nature, with Mother Gaia, with your ancestors. There's so many ancestors here guiding you and um imparting their gifts on you. You have ancestors that are imparting the gifts on you because they see that you have compassion. They see that you have the ability not to abuse your power and not to allow others to also not to abuse your power, but not to allow your power to be abused by others. In other words, not to allow people to come in and breadcrumb you, right? And so that's the balance that I'm talking about. And with that, you have, knowledge from beyond. What did I say? Like they are imparting, the ancestors are imparting their wisdom on you, which is making you so much more powerful because there's wisdom and their gifts in the knowledge that they're imparting on you that would otherwise be lost if they were not able to impart this on you, because it's like you're the one, like you're the chosen one in your family. You're the chosen one. You're the one that has passed the test, right? Maybe many others have tried but not passed the test, and these gifts were going to stay and lay dormant and not be available to the next generation. And it's coming. Look at the Knight of Wands is here. This is coming in quickly for you. So I have a feeling of you may feel a little bit overwhelmed by this. Let me grab these cards. The Empress. The Empress, Knight of Wands. You are coming into this power very quickly. So there is a need for you to there's a need for you to maintain balance. There's a need for you, to understand and keep balance so that it's not appearing to others that you are abusing your power, right? Because here you sit on the moon, right? Tapping into your intuition. Look at all of this coming from your head. So you're tapping into other realms right now that others haven't tapped into. It's like your crown chakra is open. The crown chakra is the seventh and final chakra located at the crown of the head, symbolizing a connection to divine consciousness, spiritual enlightenment, and universal awareness. It's represented by a thousand petaled lotus and associated with the color violet or white. Although I don't see white here, but that's what I felt. I felt like this is connecting you. And here's here's the white right here, right? You see that? Oh, can you see that? Here's the white. So I feel like an unbalanced, blocked crown chakra can lead to symptoms of confusion, lack of purpose, dissociation, and difficulties with concentration. You might want to cleanse to keep your crown chakra open, right? And unblocked. And how you're going to know when people are trying to block your crown chakra is when they come in with confusion. What they're saying doesn't make sense. What they're saying, conflict, confusion, all of that, chaos causes will cause your crown chakra to become blocked. And that came up for a reason. Maybe because you're going to be dealing with a lot of people and your ancestors want you to understand this, that you isolating yourself, you having to isolate yourself more often than not is not because is not going to be abnormal. It's going to be the norm for you because you're going to have to constantly clear your energy to keep that crown chakra open, to stay connected to the divine, to stay connected to your gifts, to be aware and open to receive the gifts that your ancestors are imparting on you because you've passed some kind of test that where they are granting you power. Like I feel this power all over here. I mean, cards of power like the Empress, and it's like, look, this is giving Empress vibes, isn't it? The liberated witch, right? It's giving Empress vibes. It's like you know a lot, your intuition is on point, and because you've cleared your energies, you've cleared your chakras, and I think I talked about the root and the voice, and you've learned, like, you've balanced out everything, your heart, right? You're not only leading from the heart space, you're leading with your voice, you're leading with, good communication, you're leading with your intuition, you're leading with the messages that you're receiving, like you're open to receiving those messages, and you're discerning what messages that you're hearing are like you self sabotage or other people's voices as opposed to the voice of the divine. And enchanted forest, like I feel like your energy is the enchanted forest. When people come around you, they feel so enchanted. There's some type of mystery, and people sometimes will not know why they're attracted to you. People will not know. Um, it says find refuge in adventure also. People will not know just why, what it is about you. And you, in turn, may be drawn towards some adventures, right? Based on the downloads that you're getting from your ancestors. And it may take you somewhere, like somewhere that you've never been before. You may be guided to go there, and that this may be connected to your ancestors. It will be connected to your gifts. I am studying astrocartography right now, and it's pretty amazing. These things are pretty amazing. And if you guys are interested in astrocartography, drop me a comment or send me a DM, you know, because I'm thinking about starting to do astrocartography charts for people, because I have found I'll make a video and I'll share with you how astrocartography has impacted my life, and even before I knew what astrocartography was. It's pretty amazing as I lined up and I saw like all the places that I had been, and this can help you decide, right? This might be kind of a download that's coming now to you. I don't know why I felt called to bring this to you, but like that, maybe your next stop is somewhere that needs to align with your chart, and your chart can tell you what part of the world you would need to go to tap more into your intuition, where you need to be living. It's pretty amazing. If you're here, you might be a little bit older, right? You're over 40, that you may find that this may be a confirmation for you for your intuition, I think, because you will see how intuitively you may have landed in certain places that were meant to help you evolve at different stages of your life. It's pretty amazing. You know what? When I looked at my chart, I picked some places. I have some places that I've been to, and it's like every time I went to a place, it was like at a different stage of my life, it something happened, something awakened within me that I didn't even realize, even before I knew it. So it's pretty amazing that even before you know things are happening, or you know anything about intuition or awakening or anything like that, that your soul intuitively knows and guides you and brings people into your life to guide you to those places where you need to be. I have places where I've been as a younger child where my siblings never went. Maybe they were never meant to go there. It wasn't that time yet for them. Or, maybe it was something for them in later in life, or maybe it's something that's just not meant for them, because there are places in your life that you can be And that's what I'm thinking about this enchanted forest for you, is that you're going to find refuge in adventure. You're going to find a place like where you need to be that awakens, aligns, and um further accentuates, for lack of a better word right now, your intuition and your connection to divine, to the divine, accentuates your gifts. And it's like your ancestors are not just, they're giving you that gift, the gift of where you should be, where you need to be, what you need to do next. So you need to be open and keep that crown chakra open. I really am interested. There's another card that fell here, and I'm going to grab it because I'm really interested to see how that card is going to align with this reading, and I bet it's pretty freaking amazing. Let's see. Oh, what did I say? What did I say? Balance. Temperance. This is a spiritually guided reading for you. This is definitely spiritually led, ancestrally led. I may not even bother to post the other reading because this is very similar, different cards, same message though, with the enchanted forest, liberated witch, and of course, as a Pisces, you are the goddess of compassion, right? But you're a god now. You're a goddess of compassion who is balanced, who who is not. You're no longer over giving, right? The equal give and take. This is so, and that's why, because now that you're balanced, your ancestors are coming in and saying, hey, we have your gifts for you. We want to impart these gifts for you, but you have to be open to receiving them. Your ancestors cannot just, they cannot force you to take these gifts. And these gifts may feel overwhelming, but they're going to be coming in quickly. You have the Knight of Wands, the Empress, and Temperance here. So you need to, this is about you keeping yourself balanced, keeping yourself cleansed, keep so that as these gifts are coming in, you can hear them. Um, they say sometimes your gifts can feel like a curse, right? Like, cause it's like having clairsentience or being clairvoyant and or no, right, claircognizant, like knowing what people are thinking, knowing what people, it's a curse sometimes. Because how are you going to explain to other people that that this person is not for you, that this is for you, and other people, people around you are looking and they're thinking, well, how does Pisces know that? Like, how do you know? So, and there are things and gifts that are coming in that are meant for you to share. And I'm not saying like, oh, go out there and be like, oh yeah, my ancestors just like imparted me with this gift. No, it could be a gift of like they may impart the gifts of the what is that? What is that called? Herbal medicine, let's say, right? So you may have a connection to herbs, let's say. And so these may come through downloads. You may not ever have studied herbs, but you may naturally be find yourself drawn to healing herbs. Like you might be walking through Home Depot, right? And then you see an herb and you're like, I'm attracted to that herb. I'm going to buy that herb. And maybe you look it up and you find out something about it. You're going to be naturally guided toward those things to help you heal and to help others heal. Yeah, the mystery is near. Like there's something that you're unlocking from your ancestors. There's six pentacles here. You may have six different gifts that your ancestors are imparting on you, but they're doing it one at a time and quickly. And They feel like you are qualified, so to speak. You're the one they're able to impart these gifts on. And so you're going to have to decide. They're passing the baton. They're passing the baton to you. And this is a blessing with temperance here. Archangel Michael, you are protected. So if you're worried about these gifts, it's like being claircognizant and you know all these things about people that you're just like, oh, once you know it, you can't unknow it. You don't have to not you don't have to dislike people, but maybe you realize you can't stay connected to some people, right? Because of your gifts. And if you at one point had closed your heart off, Pisces, your heart is, you're about to have a heart opening, but that heart opening is with the divine, with your ancestors. Because we know Pisces has heart, right? And even with your ancestors, right? Because things are coming in quick and they want to impart these gifts on you, you're going to have to stay balanced and you're going to have boundaries, right? And make sure that the gifts that you're receiving, right, are from ancestors of the highest light. And here we have the world. That's your connection to Mother Gaia, your connection with the earth, your connection to this new world, and the balance, the yin and yang. Your balanced feminine and masculine energy in this new world. The owl here, for the wisdom. The bull here, the Leo, the strength and power, all coming in for you. Wisdom, strength, and power in this new world that you're creating, that you're creating with your ancestors, right? But temperance, you know, temperance is required. Because when you have power, when you have so much power, Pisces, it's it's a big responsibility not to abuse your power. And the Empress again from this deck, and the Emperor, you're not doing this alone. You are doing this. This is your look, Empress, Emperor, and the world. This is what your spirit team is bringing in for you. This is what your ancestors, whatever world this is that you're in, you're going to be ruling over this world. You're going to have the last say. This could be you and your counterpart, or this could be, like I said, right, with the world card. I said there's the yin and the yang visible here. This could just be your balance energy that, as you rule this world, the balance, the temperance that you need, you have it because you can nurture, you can lead, you can be decisive. So you know when to receive and you know when to lead and take charge. And with double Empress here, because you're so balanced, you're going to be receiving so much. You're more in receiving mode. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else for Pisces? Wow. The focus is the focus is on your power though right now. And like I said, your power is going to be visible with the world card here. And this victory card. Look at all the people around you. People are getting ready to see your power. People are getting not just getting ready to see your power, but people are getting ready to celebrate. And it's kind of crazy because Spirit's not showing me exactly what's coming in. And I'm not called to ask either. Every time I try to tap into that, my brain says no. I feel like I want to get brain fog every time I try to tap into that. So that's for you, because I think because for each of you it's going to be different what your ancestors are imparting on you, if this is for you. And so you need to be open, and not tainted. You just need to be either open to receive it or not, because you have free will. So you're gonna, this knowledge from beyond that you're going to be getting, um, your interpretation will determine the fortune and chance that comes into your life. It's really interesting. It's always interesting. I'm always intrigued at the fact that, we can have everything lined up for us. And our spirit teams, ancestors, and everybody can step in. All these higher beings can step in and line up things for us. And at the end of the day, you're sovereign. You have a choice. You still have to do the work to be able to hear the message, and you have to decide whether or not you're going to heed the message. Do you have discernment? Do you understand the message? Do you have discernment to understand if this is coming from a high vibrational ancestor or is it coming from a low vibrational ancestor? Hopefully, we're not tapping into low vibrational ancestors. At least, not here, we're not. But we have to be aware that they exist, right? So that we can be aware if those messages start to come through that we could say, no, that one's not for me. That one is for me. This is beautiful. The power that you're gonna have is not just is not like tyrannical power. This is your strength, your beauty, um your compassion, your communication, being able to help others. And that's come through a lot. And this is just bringing in so much success for you, right? That chance and fortune. All right, let's close this out. Faithfulness. I commit to my mind, heart, and will. I am devoted to the needs of my soul. I trust in myself, in God, and the universe. Yeah, faithfulness. Remain in your faith, whatever that is. And like I said, you have to commit to your mind, your heart, and your will, right? Thy will be done. I'm devoted to the needs of my soul. Are you? When you're devoted to the needs of your soul, you can hear those messages. And, but your spirit team says you're ready. It's coming quick. Knight of Wands here. Knight of Wands here. Right? From the Knight of Wands to the Six of Wands. Or, no, from the Six, yeah. Coming in quick, leading you to victory. But you're receiving a lot. You're receiving a lot of messages. You're receiving a lot of gifts. Could be like earthly gifts. I don't know. Like jobs, things. You're birthing things. You're receiving success in the things that you've been birthing in your life, whether it's a child, whether it's a, a business or whatever. Maybe an online business with the world card here. A lot of success here, Pisces. Absolutely amazing. All right. Hopefully, we're not in retrograde anymore because I cannot. The technical difficulties this morning were something else, but I was able to get this message out. I probably won't post the other one just because it was the noise is so annoying. So anyhow, hit that like button, subscribe, claim this message for yourself. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you have going on because this is absolutely amazing. And this is not all coming in at one time. It's coming in quickly, but a little bit at a time. So get ready, keep your mind clear, stay away from, the toxic things. Avoid you know, the alcohol so you're getting the high vibrational messages. Avoid the things that bring in, eat good food, detox, right? I would say this whole week is a week for detox so you can get your messages from your ancestors. All right. All right, Pisces, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I upload a new video. And I will see you in the next one. Let's keep weaving that dream together and keep flowing. And remember, the universe always whispers to those who listen. So, you know what you got to do.